You look busy.
I am busy. You've been busy too, haven't you? You've been my home economist, haven't you, in the background today? You grated a whole load of cheese. Loads of it.
Yeah.
Loads of cheese. Because what I'm making is my pull-apart bread. This is really easy to do. It's not like a proper bread, as in it's not a yeast-risen dough. It's a bit scone-like because it's using self-raising flour, butter and milk to make the sort of the bread side of things. So it's really, really quick to do. Now I know flour is a shortage for some people, but you know, with baking, you've got to kind of have it. And luckily we do have some. But if you only have plain flour, I'll put up in the recipe, if you only got plain, how much baking powder to add to it to make it self-raising, okay? Just in case anyone's worried. I did it the other day, but I can do it again. So in here is self-raising flour, it's about 300 grams of it, and I'm just rubbing about 30 grams of butter through it, not a lot, just a little bit, and there's also some salt and pepper in there, and a few chopped chives. I don't have a lot of chopped chives because I've really been attacking my plant, and I really need it to recover because I've done so many chives lately. So there's not a lot in there, but it'll just give a few green flecks through it and make it look pretty. So once all your butter's rubbed through the flour, I'm now going to add to that some milk until it becomes a nice sticky dough. So you can use milk and water if you're short of milk. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of water in here. And just add that to a nice sticky dough. It really is using your eye, but I do, in the recipe again, I will give you the sort of approximate amount that you'll need.
So is this recipe from your cookery book?
It is in my book, my love, yes it is. It's cheesy mustard ham pull-apart bread. Because I said it with this Australian accent.
And have you made this for me before?
New Zealand, then.
Have you made this for me before?
No. You never asked me for it. Did you?
Surprise that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another day of disappointment for you, my love.
Always.
Right, that's nice and sticky, okay? That's as much liquid as I want to add. So I've now watered down your milk for your tea later.
Turned it into skimmed milk.
I've turned it into skimmed, yeah. So it's just gather it around the bowl, make sure I get all of my flour in. Throw the flour everywhere, it's really important to do that. You know, I was teaching some kids recently in a school locally. Went in and I was teaching, and I said, when you're doing any baking, it's really important to have flour on your face because it makes you look like a baker. So, of course, giving kids the opportunity to put flour on their face, can you imagine what happened? I wasn't hugely popular because they covered themselves in it. Anyway, ta-da! There's your dough, and I'm just going to knead it and gently, not overwork it too much, but just to sort of make it a smoother dough.
Now you taught me the
to get my flour. Yes.
The way to knead bread, or knead.
The other day.
Yeah.
You made some bread, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is more gentle with this. With yeast, you're really pumping because you're trying to work the gluten in the strong flour. With this, gently, because it's not a yeast based, and you don't want to overwork it too much because sometimes, certainly any scone dough, that sort of thing, it will become quite hard and brick-like. So you've got to be quite gentle, really. That'll do. So it's nice and smooth on top. I'm going to roll this into a rectangle. So it kind of started as a rectangle, and then just roll it out gently. You might want to cut at this stage. Come back to me if you fancy, because I'm going to take a little while. 40 by 30, I'd say, centimetres. That sort of rectangle. Then, this is the fun bit. So what I've got to put inside is some mustard, some chopped shallot goes in. This is ham that I had left over. We smoked some ham the other day in our Kamado Joe thingamajig out there. And it was smoked for about 6 hours, wasn't it? It was really amazing. So some of that ham's left over, and cheese. Go on, show the work you've done. You are a clever boy. Thank you. You're actually the best cheese grater in the West, aren't you?
I'm great.
You are. Oh, okay. So we spread, first of all we spread with some mustard. Now I've got Dijon here. You can use whatever you fancy. I like a nice zingy mustard. This is my one, Dijon. But whole grain is good as well. Or you could do a mix. You could do a mix of whatever you want. Do you know, I have done this before without ham, and believe it or not, I put sardines in it. Really lovely with mustard. I know most people won't believe me, but it was absolutely delicious, and cheese. So it just sort of, and I've also done it with anchovies and parmesan.
Tuna?
You could do tuna, absolutely you could. Yeah, why not? Okay, so spread the mustard, and then I'm going to spread over some shallots. Right. Spread that evenly. Then ham. I've just chopped, as you can see.
Basically, it's like a big ham and cheese toasty.
It is just like a big ham and cheese toasty. Yes, it is. It's very true. It really is very lovely. And what's so great about this pull-apart bread, which you'll see in a minute when I'm putting it together, it's a sharing bread. And it's quick to make because it doesn't take long to cook either. But you know, you don't have to make a proper dough. So that's what I've done. I'm just pressing this down so it just stays inside. What I've done is just make a very quick dough with self-raising flour. Okay, so rest of the cheese. I've gone for it, haven't I? That is going to be.
I don't know if you've got enough cheese there.
Tightly packed. Never enough cheese in my eyes. Now it's just a plain strong cheddar. Okay, so now do a bit like the rolls I did. You know the cinnamon rolls I did the other day. You roll this up. Like that. Keep it into a nice circle, all the way down. That. Okay, it's got a big sausage. Make it all kind of the same size. And then I'm going to cut it into what did I say in my book? It's so long ago. Cut it into 10 slices. Okay. 2, 3. So that's the full 10 slices. And now what you do is you just put them into the cake tin. Now this is a cake tin which I can't remember the size of. It's about 20, I think, about 20 centimetres. I'll again put the size up on the recipe. Okay. And then put it into the oven, and all this expands, okay? They all stick together, and then you pull them apart. Do you hide my brush in here again, John? Get it out, you hide my brush. I forgot. In all my excitement of getting them in there and doing, I forgot to say, you just give it a little bit of an egg glaze on top as well. So just brush the top there, like that. I'm not going to waste this egg because Winnie loves scrambled egg. So I will probably give her that for breakfast tomorrow. This my little doggy is overindulged, obviously. Anyway, this just gives it a little glaze. Now they're ready to go into the oven, 200 degrees centigrade, for blah, 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 because I can't remember, but I'll tell you when they come out. I know. Do you like my pull-apart bread?
I love your buns.
Oh, he's done the buns joke again. Ow, that's hot! It's hot when it comes out of the oven. Ow, ow, ow. I tell you what, ow, ow. There we go, they're out now, out of the tin. Hot tin.
So professional.
So so hot. Right. I also, this loose bottom tin, which was very hot and it's burnt me, I greased it as well, and I put it all onto some greaseproof paper. So you can slip them off that as well when you serve them. But the idea now is you just pull, and then you open it up, and inside you can see the ham and the lovely, oh my gosh, the squidgy cheese. Look at all that squidgy cheese and ham and mustard. It's lovely. It's a bit hot, but it's lovely. Oh my god. I love this bread. Oh my god, you've got to make bread. It's so quick and easy. Taste the wine. Cheese, ham, onion, bread. What's not to like that?